We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
All right. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
Feeling great. Oh, how about yourself?
Can't complain, my man. We're out here at Acura Pembroke Pines and headed to Orlando tonight to watch a concert, of course.
I was going to say, who are you going to go watch?
The Warning.
Okay.
You ever heard of them?
I've heard of them, yes, but I've heard the name, the band, The Warning, but I don't remember the song. So you're gonna have to inform me. What was it?
There are three Mexican sisters.
Okay,
and they sing metal. And if you want, like one of their more popular songs right now is More, M-O-R-E. Just put in The Warning and put More. And they actually have a couple of songs even in Spanish that they throw out there too, you know. But they're super talented, and I've been a fan of theirs for the last few years, and so I've never seen them live, and so today I get to see them in a headliner set too, because they came down here a couple of years ago opening up for Guns N' Roses, but I didn't go because it was at Hard Rock, and I'd seen Guns a whole bunch of times, and bro, the tickets were like $300, $400. And I'm like, dude, I want to see The Warning, but not that badly, along with Guns N' Roses. So I'm like, yeah. So now 2 years later, they're back and they're headlining. They're not coming down here, but House of Blues. If you've ever been to House of Blues, small, intimate place. So that's going to be
fun place to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun place to go. Definitely. So I'm looking forward to it. Plus the donut place, the Everglazed. Have you seen the donut place right by House of Blues?
I have not checked it out. Is that relatively new? I haven't been to House of Blues in about 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yeah, it is new because it wasn't there. I hadn't been there before the pandemic. It's the last time that I went to downtown Disney or whatever.
Wow.
And yeah, it is new. It's called Everglazed, and it is delicious, bro. They got some good donuts there. So there you go. It's rock and donuts tonight. That's my life. And then I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna see one park or something, go hang around. I don't know yet which one we're gonna do yet. But anyway, let's get to it. Bitcoin has been flipping to the upwards. Well, Mario Cristobal is flipping some people too. What do you got?
Yeah, last week on Saturday, which was all these athletes are making these big commitments on Saturdays and Sundays. So the weekend is when the majority of the stuff goes down. But they were able to get Brody Jennings, who's a 4-star cornerback from Jacksonville Mandarin High School. They flipped him from Michigan, 6'1", 175 pounds. Brody's sister is actually on Miami's track team, so they had kind of a little bit of a home field advantage, so to speak, if you want to talk about it. They were kind of leaning that way that it was going to happen. So it did. So Miami has, 20 commitments now. They're the number 9 recruiting class in the country. We've got a quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, tight ends, 6 offensive linemen, 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, and 4 cornerbacks. But they still got some areas they got to work on, including defensive line and safety.
And by the way, like 2026, they're also already like kicking some serious ass.
Well, 27, right? Yeah, because the next class,
right?
Yeah, I know the years are flying by. It's hard for us to keep track.
20, I'm sorry, we are 25, 26, 27. Like I heard that, like they're already like they're ahead on that shit. I know that those kids can change their minds 86 times from now till then, and anything that goes on in this season will affect that decision. Obviously, you get on a losing streak, and they're all going to dump you. I mean, give me a break, okay? I get it. They'll be like Keita dumping Tyreek. I understand all of that, but still, like the buzz is already extending to that extreme, which is something they didn't have before, doggy.
Yeah, they got 4 commitments. One of them was this past week. Zaquan Linton is an offensive tackle out of Palm Beach Central. He was the latest one that they got in the 2027 class. They got 4 guys now committed already there. 3 of them are blue chip guys from South Florida: Jalen Jones, Amari Stevens, and Ken Dobson. So all 3 of those guys are legitimate dudes. They're going to be blue chippers. If you can keep them in the class, by the time they sign December a year from now, then you did a great job, and you're probably winning on the field. But it helps to have a couple core pieces, even when you're recruiting a year out. Kids that want to help recruit other players to your program.
Exactly.
That's how you get somewhere with it.
Yeah, look, man, Mario is right now, he's on the shit or get off the pot situation. And here's where he has a chance to go Panthers or Miami Dolphins.
Right.
Seriously, like either you sell that you are a winning program and you're getting results and people will want to be a part of that because that's all it's left. You have the NIL, you have the coaching, you have all the resources. You now must get the results like the Panthers, and then you'll get everybody on board all of a sudden. Or you could be like Mike McDaniel, who had every opportunity the last 3 years to prove himself and has screwed the pooch in every turn. And now he's in a situation that people either defected, left, or don't want to be a part of. And so that's where Mario will be in the next year or two, depending on these results. If you don't win, dude, they gave you everything and you screwed it up, just like Mike McDaniel. Or, dude, you had everything, just like Vinny Viola's giving you everything, and you went and took it to the house. And that's it. So we're at a fork in the road right now. Seriously.
We really are. And if you want to spit it back to recruiting, the prime example is, and we've talked about this many times on the show, they still got to win the big time commitments here in South Florida, right? They still need the best players in South Florida to pick them. And so they just recently, they've lost some recruiting battles, but they lost out on the 5-star wide receiver from Miami Northwestern, who was a part of this class. He decided, and his mom went to UM and everything, he decided to commit to Syracuse. Again, we talked about Jeremiah Smith in the past. We talked about other guys. They've lost a bunch of battles for elite defensive linemen in the SEC area footprint as well. They just had a kid yesterday who committed to LSU that they went all in on, Lamar Brown. They've had other 5-star guys that they've gone after. They've had come on campus. But if you want a clear picture of where Miami is in its comeback, again, when they start winning big on the field, that's when they're going to get those kids to commit, and that's when they're going to get that's when it takes over. So to me, I think it all sort of goes hand in hand. We have this segment every week to talk about who they're in it for. I'm telling you, when they start getting the Lamar Browns and the Bryce Perry Wrights and all the big time kids in their own backyard, that's when Miami is back, because they're still not back. He's doing phenomenal. He's doing better than Mark Richt and Manny Diaz and all these guys that have come before him. Yes. Getting elite players to come on campus. Yes. But the best ones, the ones that go to the NFL and are first round picks, they're not going to decide to go to Miami until they see Miami win on the field. And so it all goes hand in hand.
I agree. And let's hope you turn the corner. Before I get to the other recruiting question, by the way, BigCheeseMiami.com is the reason why we do this segment every week with Manny Navarro. Please visit our friends, Gary and all the great people down there. It started with Gary and Billy over 40 years ago. It's an institution. The walls have memories of the Canes over the last 40 years, autograph stuff that will blow you away. It's like a little hall of fame that you can enjoy there, plus great pasta. So visit our friends at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Before I get to the recruiting question, Deion Sanders. Mm-hmm. And you talked about it, and you mentioned here how they got everything, and we talked about all the resources. You got the NIL program. He's got an NIL program that can compete with all the big boys out there. And so I guess he's throwing out there the whole, let's bring a cap to college football. Not that it's going to happen, to be quite honest, because that would really just wipe out, 98% of college football if we're going to really do that. But what are your thoughts when he said that?
Well, listen, the one thing I hear from every college coach is they want an even playing field, right? And the reality is there is never going to be a salary cap in this sport, because there never
was an even level playing field. Never.
No, and there never will be. That's, if you're a guy who cries about life isn't fair, well, that's the way it is. Life isn't fair. I just had a long conversation with my daughter last night. She was upset she didn't make her basketball all-star team. And I told her, I said, it doesn't matter how hard you work. Sometimes you just, the odds are stacked against you. And so I think it's the same thing in sports across the board. Yes, there is a salary cap in the NBA. There's a salary cap, I guess, in hockey as well, right? But football and the pros in the NFL, but college football is not going to happen. It's just not going to be that way as long as NIL exists and as long as the Supreme Court wants college kids to be able to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen. All right, let's get to a little recruiting. We look at this weekend. Who is Miami hoping to kind of land this weekend and get some commitments?
Yeah, a couple safeties that they're in on, and a tight end that they recruited. Hezzy Kent is a guy that 6'6", he's like 310 pounds. I mean, this guy he's humongous. He looks like he's going to end up committing to Florida on Saturday at 3 p.m. And then the two safeties are Tyree Green and Blake Stewart. They're both Georgia area kids. Miami is fighting Georgia and Clemson for both of them. They need a safety in this class still. I said 4 cornerbacks. It'd be nice to get a safety as well, considering you're going to lose a safety or 2 off of this team at the end of the season. But again, that's what the transfer portal is for. I know people get up in arms. Oh, they didn't get this 5-star defensive lineman. Oh, they didn't get this, safety. That's what the portal is for, guys. Every year, this thing is constantly changing. We had over 5,000 kids get into the transfer portal at the end of last season from FBS programs. It's going to continue to happen, and there's going to be guys available. So if you don't always hit in recruiting, yes, it hurts. Yes, you make the effort to recruit these guys, but in the end, you might get them the second time around when they go in the transfer portal because they're not playing at Alabama or Georgia for 2 years. So that's the way that it works.
All right, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Go to Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Have some delicious pasta that is shipped from Italy and cooked fresh daily. That's how that works. So go check it out. And those garlic rolls are to die for. Get the little pizza sauce. You dip it. Ooh, yeah. BigCheeseMiami.com. Manny, have a fantastic weekend, my friend. We will catch up next week. Thank you.
All right, brother. Take care. Talk soon.
You got it. There you go. Manny Navarro and our BigCheeseMiami.com Miami Hurricane NIL and recruiting report.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!